Hey, everybody. Welcome back to day 2 of Inktober Tangles 2022. My name is Yehudit Steinberg, and I'm a certified Zentangle instructor and a creator of community education content for over 20 years in the area of art, culture, and creativity. And I'm just been fascinated with Zentangle and the Zentangle method over the past 3 years, got involved during COVID. And this is my first year of following Inktober daily, and I've made the commitment to show up and launch my new YouTube channel, Zen and Creativity, and I will be here every day with a new tangle of the day. And I am focusing on beginners and the step outs. So by the end of the 31 days, if you come and follow along with me, you will have a catalog of how to create each one of these 31 new tangles and in a step out. And I know that for me, that's going to be really exciting because I spend a lot of time searching here and there for step outs. Now, Stephanie Jennifer, the organizer of Inktober Tangles 2022, and she's been doing this since 2015. She does have a guide, and I have a beginner's guide download that the link is in the description. If you join the challenge, then I also have the link to her Step Out booklet as well. So today is day 2, and we're going to be learning Delwhy, which is actually Stephanie Jennifer, the organizer of this challenge. This is her pattern. And she started providing 31 tangles and prompts back in 2015, and now the entire Zentangle community, or most of them, it's not mandatory, but a lot of Zentangle community is following along with the patterns that she chooses each day, as I am. So the link is in the description. And I did create a beginner's guide that has all the information you need. Plus, you end up with a daily email prompt directly to the video of the day. And by the end of the 31 days, you will have the links also in the email to all of my videos on Inktober Tangles 2022. So this is a step out in the beginner's guide. I've created this template and I've also, there's a mandala template that we're going to be working with too. So it's twofold. We're going to draw the step outs, and then the second part of the video, we're going to put that practiced brand new pattern into our mandala template. So now it's time to start drawing Delwhy. And here's a picture of the step out. It's really a very simple. It's very simple, and it's single blossom. And so we're going to get started right now and draw this together. Or you can watch and draw along later. your choice, or just watch. I know my husband was fascinated. He had never really seen me draw until he saw the video on our 50-inch screen TV, and he was fascinated by how I actually draw. So some people just like to watch, and that's cool too. It's all good in Zentangle. So here I am at my little studio, and this is the step out that we're going to draw. This is a 4x6 index cards. It's a special kind of paper. I'm going to put all of the information on the way I am cataloging this, the patterns of this challenge, and that's really I'm really excited about that too. But let's get into the drawing of this. Step outs are when Rick and Maria developed Zentangle, they wanted to develop a drawing practice that not only artists could join in, but anybody could join in to participate and learn how to draw these patterns. And so they devised a system with no more than 6 elemental lines, one line at a time, to create the pattern, and then you just repeat the pattern. So they say that if you can write ICSO, you can learn to draw these patterns. And the way that we create the step outs, and you'll get a real sense if you join in over the next 30 days, you'll get a real sense of how these single lines create the pattern, and you will also learn a lot about the characteristic of the patterns that we're drawing, because when you draw the step out, you repeat the steps a few times, so you really get a sense of what's going on. Now I'm going to move in. I just want to show you this pattern here where we've got straight lines, we've got C shapes, we've got circles and orbs, we've got S shapes, and we've got dots. And those are the basic elements, and each one of these patterns is one of these elements, one line at a time, into our step out. Now, yesterday we did rain, and this was the step out that we created yesterday, and it's going in my file box under day 1. What these are the pens that I use, and they are also, there is a supply sheet in the booklet that gives you information about suggested supplies. And one thing about Zentangle is that you really don't need a lot of supplies. You have to spend a lot of money. You don't even have to go to the craft store to get started. A Sharpie, a number 2 pencil, a cotton tip will get you started. So let's get started with our Delwhy Step Out. I want to come here first, and I'm going to write in the name of this tangle. And this pattern was developed by Stephanie Jennifer. We have many of the CZT's certified Zentangle instructors. They love to create new patterns as well. So there are a myriad of patterns out there for you to choose from. Almost, it can get overwhelming. Actually, there's many, but the ones that are given, that are recognized by Zentangle Inc. are the ones that are created with certain stipulations in mind, and that is the 6 steps, no more than 6 steps to create the pattern, and that it's 1 line at a time. So in a step out, the other thing that we do is typically I've seen a red pen, but I'm choosing this Statler Tri Plus fine liner, hot pink. I'm sure there's a more professional name to this, but that's what it looks like to me. And we use these for the lines that will be the first line that the next line that you're drawing. So this is the first line, and this is a step. This is a little innovative step that I learned from my mentor, Barbara Langston, CZT, and she has some wonderful videos too on her channel. But what she did, and this is the way I see it as a foolproof way, is we're going to make a C shape. Sort of, we're going to start with a C shape. And then we're going to, whoop, that's step 1. Then we're going to come over to step 2, and we're going to have, now we turn our paper in the Zentangle method so that we keep our hand in its most comfortable, relaxed place. So we're going to put a C here. And then the next step is we're going to create like 2 seed shapes by doing a C to the middle and another one. We try to get that even. It's pretty good, but there are no mistakes in Zentangle, and this is, as Barbara Langston calls it, not perfect Zen. So that's step 2. Now let's move on to step 3, and we're going to recreate this seed, these 2 little petals, with our black pen. I'm using an 01. And then we're going to take our other color that's showing what the next step is, and we're going to put a seed shape right here. So this is a Edelweiss. Edelweiss flower is what Stephanie was inspired by to create this pattern, and it's kind of like a bud in the picture that she shows in her on her blog page, which you can get that that link with the download link in the description here on this video. Okay, so we've got our C shape, we've got this is all C's actually. And then we have, so we have 3 petals. And then we're going to make what look like the bud. So I'm going to come and I'm going to go up to the center, and then I'm going to put another C shape down here. That's all there is to it. So we have now drawn Delwhy. So let's just take a moment, and I have a variation to the pattern. So a lot of times that's what goes in, that's what can go in these little boxes if you have them empty. And so I'm going to give it a little stem. There's your bud. Now I'm going to draw an aura around this guy. And then I'm going to come in with some orbs. And I'm just, this is where the fun begins, and your creativity, what you want to see. There's many ideas, and so there's a number of videos out there. Inktober Tangles 2022. Go ahead and take a look at what some of the other artists are doing. I'm giving you some very simple patterns and variations that you can do, that even a beginner can do. So there we have it. What I want to do now is I want to show you a couple of ideas that I'm playing around with. So the first thing I did when I first learned the pattern, and I wanted to, this is a bijou tile, so it's a 2-inch square, and I also make a finished copy of my patterns so that I can show you or move them around or whatever, have access to them. So as you can see, here are the you can see the pattern. One is up, and then I have them in the corner. And then I worked with them a little bit. So every week I'm going to, sorry about that. Every week I'm going to create a drawing that has the 7 patterns of the week. And so this is what I'm working on for this week. And you can see my rain here. And this was this is the version of, I did it as a border. I created the Delwhy as a border. So now what we're going to do is take that working on this mandala that I created, the template, and you can get the download. You can get it in the beginner's guide, which the link is in the description. So as I was looking at the page here, I have no real forethought of where each tangle is going to go for the day. So I looked around and I thought, well, I'm going to put it here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make, I don't know what I'm going to call it. I guess you just watch and follow along. So let me get closer in. So what I did sometimes I do a little layout, and what I want to do here is I have a C shape. And, oh, is that in focus, folks? I think it is. And then I have another. So another thing about the videos that I'm creating, these are, my idea is that you're in my studio with me, you're looking over my shoulder, and I'm creating it. They're a little raw or rough around the edges. And that's really the way I create. I'm curious, and I try, things. I have this, well, what if I do this? What'll happen? So my first what if today with this pattern was, what if I drew 4 patterns, 4 Delwhys this way. So I'm going to come in here and give this a loop. And then I'm going to turn my tile, and I'm going to give this that seed shape. It looks a little messy, but it won't at the end. So you just want to keep going line at a time, or when you know how the pattern, we've practiced the pattern. And that's why I like doing the step outs. I always do a step out first, because then I have a record, 1 and 2, I know how the pattern's put together. So I'm going to just get my, there's 1. Oops, I better back out. Getting used to drawing and with a camera takes a little bit of practice and time, so be kind to me. I'm learning. Now, another thing about these, when we draw together, I'm not going to give you a total finished piece on camera. I'm going to give you the basics, give you some ideas, and then I'm going to say, look around, see what some of the other people are doing, and to come up with your ideas. I don't copy, but it's good to see, oh, they did this thing, added some dots here or color there, so basically what we've done, I think we've done it. Yeah. Now, what I would like to do is give it a little bit of a flare. Yeah. Okay. So now, okay, so so there's my motif with Delwhy. And then what I might do is come in here and give it a little bit of drama. I have no pre-plans here. I'm just kind of going with the flow. And then I'm going to do another embellishment, and then I'm going to let you use your imagination. So I'm going to give this some design here. And then tomorrow, on the video tomorrow, I'll show you how I colored it and I finished it off. And at the end of the 31 days in early November, I'm going to have a live Zoom, and everyone that signed up for the beginner's guide and the daily prompts will be invited to the live Zoom, and we're going to do a show and tell of the work that we did over the month. And I also have another surprise that I'm working on, but I can't announce it quite yet. But it would be really exciting to, if I can get it to happen, as a way for us to show our work to the world. So that is what, I wanted to show you what I did yesterday. So here's rain. And I thought, well, I needed to get in to do some color. Let's see if we can get here. And I know I'm going to give this some color too. But I need to sit with it. And I do that with my work. I draw a certain amount, and then when it comes to kind of the finishing and embellishing, I like to get up and I like to come back to it later, because that's the way my creativity works. Everybody works a little bit differently, and that's how I do it. And I get a whole lot of fun out of it. That way it gets to last a little longer with that design, and I'm really excited about that. So that is our lesson for today. And tomorrow, day 3, I'm not exactly sure how they pronounce this tangle, but I love it. It has some really interesting, to me, it's kind of mystical. So I am a little bit like that. So I tend to see that in my work, show up in my work. But ISEAU by Dory Peters, CZT, is our subject tomorrow. And if you want to get your guide and join our challenge, and get the daily email prompts. The link's in the description. And thank you so much for joining me and watching this video. And we'll see you on the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.